Hello, welcome to Divine Messages of Light and Love. I'm Lana Fink, and today I want to talk to you for a minute about fires and storms. You might think to yourself, wait a second, fires and storms. Why are you talking to me about fires and storms? And you're supposed to be talking about light and love. And I'll explain to you right now. Sometimes you're in the middle of a fire. And the reason that you're in that fire is because God is working to purify your soul. He is working to make you be the most pure that you can be so that you can step into whatever level you need to get to. And I can be the first one to have the testament with you. The fires are so hot. They are not easy to go through at all. And I come out feeling like I literally have smoke and singed eyebrows and all of that type of stuff. However, I also come through the fire feeling like I have literally burnt off every past disappointment, every past thing that I've done that maybe I didn't think I did right, any of the judgment, all of that is gone when I've come through the fire. And when that happens, I truly feel like I'm showing up each and every day the way that I need to show up, the way that I need to show up for God, the way that I need to show up for you, the way that I need to show up for my family to make sure that they understand that I love them, that I'm always there for them. So that, in my opinion, is great for the fires, right? And you think about it, God sometimes puts you through the biggest tests of your life, right? Those fires. And you're thinking to yourself, what am I doing? Why am I going through this? I can tell you one of the biggest fires that I had for my life was when I moved to New Jersey at 19 as a nanny and left, right? We drove out from the Midwest. And 2 weeks afterwards, I totaled the car that I brought with me. Now, the fire was I was literally told I had to get another car or I had to go back to where I was, back home. And I prayed to God that night because I knew I was trying to find my independence. And instead of deciding to go back, I stayed and I walked through the fire. I walked into the car dealership, got completely taken advantage of, but I was able to do it. And I was able to stand there and I had the resilience and the power and that unbreakable spirit to walk within the fire and still be there and come out. So that was just one example of probably thousands, even millions that I could share with you. The next piece, though, I want to talk to you about are the storms that you have. And the storms that you have are there to strengthen your spirit. Let's talk for a minute. What do I mean about storms? To me, the storms feel more, they can have more emotions, in my opinion, behind it, right? So I'll give you an example. When we we unfortunately during COVID or a little bit after COVID, we lost my father-in-law, and it was a very hard time for all of us, right? And um, we had the services, and then a day later, I was driving my son and his cousin back up to college. It was a 4-hour drive, and I got there, and then we found out that my niece was very sick. And I was struggling with the need or feeling like I should have been back with my husband who just lost his father. Or do I stay with my son and my niece who need me now? And so for me, I was in that emotional roller coaster of where should I really be? Where should my loyalty lie here? Because I was so emotional with everything that was going on. And I'll tell you what happened to me. I walked out of the hotel, and sitting on the hood of my car was a dragonfly. And you all see I wear a dragonfly every day. And at that point, I knew that God put me exactly where he wanted me to be. And so I just let all of the emotions that I was feeling fade away. I stayed where I needed to stay, and then I came back home. Now, for me, the dragonfly is very, very personal because during my father-in-law's funeral, on top of the tent, there were probably 200 dragonflies. And it was an amazing sight because I almost felt like he was being welcomed into the spiritual world. And now each time, whenever I see dragonflies outside, I know I am doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm on that right path. The one thing that freaks me out a little bit is when I walk up to a patch of grass and there's about 20 dragonflies sitting there, because I'm trying to figure out what it is, what message God is sending me, and how many of my relatives are actually looking over me. And so I want each one of you to think about, is there something that maybe you could open your eyes to? I know others, whether it's a sound of a train, some of them say it's a red bird or a blue jay. These are types of birds in America. But is there another emblem that maybe when you see it, it can bring that calming peace to you? Because for me, yes, I will be strengthened by every single storm. And I feel like the storm for me are the emotions that I'm going to be going through. But once I have that peace, that emblem, that symbol, all of a sudden, all of those emotions can get tamed in an instant. And so I always wear the dragonfly because it also shows transformation. And I always want to be elevating to that next version of myself, whatever it is. I want to make sure I'm showing up the best for everyone around me, whether it's for you, for my family, my loved ones, my friends, anyone else. I want to make sure you all are hearing from me. God loves each one of us so much. And if we can just take the time to sit back and truly listen to what it is he's trying to say, whether he's trying to refine us in the fire or he's trying to strengthen us in the storm, know that he is always with us no matter what. And he's preparing us for that next major blessing he has in our life. My challenge to you today is to think about, what is one symbol or something that you feel could maybe temper you? Maybe it's the feather of, looks like a fallen angel, or maybe it's just something, a blue sky, the sun outside, something that's going to allow you to maybe temper those storms or get through the emotional piece and feel a little better when that's happening. And then also, when you're getting refined in the fire, because that's happening to a lot of us, right? And you have to make a decision immediately, and you don't have time to wait, and you're just going to go with your gut, and you're going to do it, and you're going to go through it. Know that you have the power to decide what it is you're doing. And it's going to be your resilience, your unbreakable spirit, and just you stepping up and going through those trying times in your lifetime that's going to truly purify you and get you ready for God's next abundance blessing. Because he has so many blessings to give us. He just wants us to make sure that we're ready to receive them. So I'm Lana Fink with Divine Messages of Light and Love, and I will be back with another video shortly.